Welcome back to another episode from PremPods. Today we'll be discussing what we think is going to happen in Gameweek 23, and I'll hand straight over to you to give us the first fixture.
12:30 kickoff, Everton against Tottenham, Goodison Park. Good 12:30 kickoff, I think. Good first game to start us off. Again, I didn't fancy Everton's chances in their last game. I don't really like their chances anymore in this game. Although we always say they can spring up a surprise. This week I've gone with 2-1 Spurs. I think, like we've said, they can be a good defensive unit, Everton, and really make it hard for teams to break them down and even create chances to score goals. You end up playing their game, just crossing it into the box, and they can deal with that all day long.
Sure.
But I still think Spurs should have enough quality. A couple of players coming back, so they'll be looking forward to this game, I think.
I have gone for a Desmond.
Yeah.
The Spurs are Spursy, and football's weird, like we always say. So they could be on a decent run, and then they come up against a team who's near the bottom three, and then something happens and they bottle it. So I've gone for a Desmond, 2-2, mate.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit, honestly. Would not surprise me. I just have a bit more faith in Angie's Tottenham, as people call it nowadays.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
always the manager.
I see it, but I can see it. I'm slipping up.
Yeah, hopefully. I wouldn't mind. That's the perfect result as well. 2-2, taking points off each other. Don't mind that at all. Next game we've got here, Newcastle against Luton. Newcastle back at home. How them things go normally. You tell me how you think it's going to go, mate.
I have actually gone for Newcastle to win at home without conceding a goal.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Newcastle 2-0. Luton have a lot more to offer when they've got all of their home support behind them.
Yes.
When they're away from home, especially against a team like Newcastle, whose home support are even better than Luton's when they're at home.
Wait.
That is like that's their 12th man when Newcastle are at home. So I just don't, as much as I like the way Luton play at home, I just don't see how they beat Newcastle away.
No, neither do I. I mean, they have lost at home, Newcastle, 3 times now this season. They're still fourth in the table for home form. Luton won a couple of games, drawn a couple, lost majority of the 10 so far. But I mean, this is where Newcastle are keeping themselves above water, really. Their home form, completely. 10th in the table now, as we spoke about in the last video. But I've gone with 4-1, I'll be honest.
4-1?
Yeah, Newcastle turn up with these results every now and then, and in the first half they can just blow teams away completely.
It's true.
If everyone's up for it. Again, it'll be interesting to see how they deal with the transfer speculation and some key players having to be sold, if that even is the case. We're not 100% sure, but we'll see in the coming weeks. But yeah, they need to react. Their away form is terrible, as we've said many times. So this is where they get they're getting their points at the minute. So,
True, very true. I agree with you on that one. I agree. Just the score's different.
Yeah, for sure. Not far off as well. Not far off. Burnley against Fulham is the next one. Burnley at home, Turf Moor, 3 o'clock kickoff. Burnley against Fulham is a weird one for me. Fulham should have enough quality. If you look at the teams, player to player, 11v11, you'd think Fulham should get a win. Burnley are starting in the past couple of months to pick up a few better results. At home and away from home. But I mean, Fulham. It's a hard one for me. I don't know. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say 2-1 Burnley in this game.
We've done it again. I've gone opposite end of the spectrum. I've gone 2-1 Fulham.
2-1. Yeah, see? It would not surprise me one bit. I mean, it's a difficult game to call.
Very tricky.
Definitely on the Fulham side, usually. And I have been a lot of times against Burnley this season. But there's got to be a few weird results in there in these game weeks somewhere.
Very true.
This could be one of them. Burnley need to start picking up somewhere. They need to start winning games.
Very true.
As far away from relegation as possible. Man.
Definitely.
Which doesn't look like an easy task at all so far. I mean, 19th, 12 points after 21 games.
They're looking like Sheffield United.
Everton 5 points clear of them. Luton in 18th for 4 points clear of them with a game in hand. So, you know.
Yeah, Luton could leapfrog Everton. That's
Exactly.
mad.
Yeah.
Madness.
So,
could go either way, mate.
they need to get a result.
They do.
I'm just going with the fact that Burnley have to start winning somewhere.
They
Otherwise, they're going to be resigned to relegation pretty soon, unfortunately. But
I agree.
that is what it is. That's how it goes. They dominated, completely destroyed the Championship last year.
Yes.
And you come up to the Prem and you don't even look competitive.
That's a mad step.
You know.
Mad step.
Yeah, it is. But 3 wins, 3 draws, 15 losses. You know, you're not going nowhere fast.
Nah.
But yeah, moving on. Next game we've got here, Brighton against Palace, which is somehow a derby. I'm not sure about the history of the derby, to be honest, but there is a story to these two clubs. And their fans kind of compare each other, or Palace more now, to see to what they're doing to what Brighton do. You know, when they're looking at their board, we said about the board in the last video, whereas Brighton's board are bringing in £5 million players and selling them for 100 million. You know, we haven't really seen that happen from Palace.
Nah.
Their best player left for free, Wilfred
Yeah,
Zaha,
in a long time, yeah.
Before the United one, but yeah. You tell me, you kick this off.
I've gone for a Brighton win. Again, another game where I don't think the opposition will score, the away team. I've gone 2-0 to Brighton. I think they'll be quite strong. Like we always say, it's a funny game, football, anything can happen. Brighton could get beat, they could draw, but in my opinion, I just think Brighton are going to beat them just because, it was an outlier against Arsenal, but I just think Palace, sometimes they just don't they don't finish their chances in it. They have a lot of like forward moves, but then that final either shot or pass to lead to a shot is horrendous.
It's missing from them sometimes.
If Eze doesn't get the ball, it's a problem.
Elise as well.
Yeah, and he's injured. Don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah, it's difficult for Palace always with the goals, where they get goals from. They've had that problem for a while now, to be honest. I mean, Edard, Mateta, these type of players are just similar type of players that never really are too prolific.
No, they're big. They're big geezers. Like Benteke, big geezers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but not clinical. Not clinical at all.
I mean, I've gone with 2-1 Brighton. I think I'm going with you with Brighton win at home. Got a decent enough record at home so far this season. Only lost 1 game. They do get 5 draws, 5 wins. So,
50-50.
You can look into that. Yeah, I mean, it could easily be a draw, but I'm pretty confident in Brighton in this one. We'll see how the whole thing with it being a derby affects them as well. You never know. But both on the Brighton side there.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Sheffield United, our favourite team to talk about, against Aston Villa.
Mate,
Sheffield United at home.
It's going to be a long day for them, mate.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's going to be a long day. I've gone 4-1 Villa. I just think, like, no matter how many times I say Sheffield United attack is alright and they'll grab a goal here and there, Villa's whole team in it is just, they know their jobs.
Yeah.
They know what each of them are doing. They are not like new to this Premier League. They've been doing it. Emre's a brilliant manager. They're going to turn them over, mate. Yeah. I don't see any other result.
No. I'm with you on that, to be honest. I'm going to go 3-0 because, Sheffield United's better form does come at home. They score most of their goals at home. But Villa just look they're just miles apart.
Yeah.
We thought the same thing with Forest and Villa not too long ago.
True.
So it could be one of them games.
Could be.
I don't think Sheffield United have quite got that. So I'm confident in Villa in this one.
Same.
What about you?
Same.
3-0, 4-1, same score difference really. So not much to be said about Sheffield United. I mean, it's difficult, very difficult at the minute. But moving on, Manchester United host West Ham United. Big game. Potential fireworks in this game for sure. West Ham already beat United once this season.
Yep.
And as we've said before, they haven't been in good form the past few games.
No.
But again, United back at home. You want to kick it off?
I've actually gone for an upset. I don't really see United playing at Old Trafford as a problem anymore. I see it as the same as them playing away. In fact, I think their away form is better than their home form. I don't know if I'm right. But I think it's quite close in terms of the table position of how many points they've picked up in comparison. So I don't really. What is it?
It's not miles off. They've won 6, lost 4.
Where are they in the league, home and away?
8th and then 9th away.
So they're really close. So again, 50-50 club. Yeah. I've actually gone for West Ham to turn up at OT and beat them 1-0. Gerard Bowen on the attack, slots it in. But saying that, the only thing that's kind of worrying me about West Ham is the fact that they haven't got Kudus.
Yeah, of course.
And he puts things together, innit?
Yeah. But Calvin Phillips has gone there.
Yes, he has. So that's a good signing.
People saying as well, does he even get in the team at the minute? You know, you got Ward-Prowse, no, and he's not getting in front of Ward-Prowse.
No, Paquetá, no.
No, well, is he injured?
And they love Souček as well.
Souček
so there's 3 of them.
Alvarez. He's not playing instead of him for me.
Does he play a different role?
Souček, but Souček does cause different problems to what Calvin Phillips causes.
True.
Or solves. You know what I mean? Souček still solves problems, but his height and physicality is a problem on corners and whatever else.
Could you potentially play him as that role at Trenty, where he plays right back but moves into midfield?
I don't know. I think
because United are not that good attacking. Do you get what I mean?
He could play right back.
And move into midfield.
But I think they're pretty happy with Kufal.
Kufal's decent.
And they're happy with Ben Johnson when he comes in. So I think he will be more used as a midfielder, centre midfielder, holding midfielder, whatever.
I think it's a good sign if someone gets in.
Yeah, for sure.
Great sign if someone gets in.
We'll see what he's like, innit? I mean, you sit on the bench and you sit on the shelf for the best part of the year at City. Obviously, you're training every day with good players.
Very good players.
So you could improve your game. You never know, innit? It's
just not got match fitness.
Exactly.
That's it.
So that's a big thing, match fitness. So I can't see him coming straight into the team, but definitely have a lot of involvement. Over the next few months.
Yeah,
for sure. It's an odd one, definitely. I want to go with West Ham. My gut is saying West Ham, so I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. United, I think I give them the result against Wolves last week. I think 50-50 again. I just have to. So for me, they're just that type of team at the minute.
They are.
If I'm giving them a win the week before, I'm saying they're just as likely to lose the week after. It doesn't really matter who it's against, to be honest.
I don't think
it's just how they're up in topsy-turvy season going.
Yeah. Dodgy.
Yeah, so that's for me. 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to be a United fan.
Would not want to be a United fan at the minute, that's for sure. They've had their time, they had enough success. They deserved this. They deserved this period of sustained disappointment.
Yes,
for sure.
These new fans are not used to it, but the old ones.
Being born a United fan now.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! After you had,
actually only think that City was sick. City are the best team in the world.
You're looking at wait, these are our neighbours. Why have I picked this team? What's going on here?
Like Dad, why are we supporting United? We won nothing. What are you doing to me? Ain't got no trophies right now. Hilarious. But yeah, wouldn't want to be
setting their kids up for failure, man. Putting that United shirt on them at the minute, or at least a lot of disappointment.
Yes.
But anyway, we've both gone with West Ham.
Yeah.
United are just up and down, so it is what it is. Chelsea against Wolves. Wolves is our next game.
Yeah.
Chelsea at home. Again, Wolves won the reverse fixture.
Yeah. At home.
At home. So I'm gonna say it kind of evens itself out. And I'm going to say 3-2 Chelsea.
3-2 Chelsea. I've actually gone for Wolves not scoring here. I don't know how I've done this because Chelsea's defence is horrendous.
Yeah, it's not the best.
But I've gone 2-1 Chelsea at the Bridge for no reason.
I've got 2-1, yeah?
2-0.
2-0.
Absolutely no reason for that result. Wolves will probably score, but I need to start getting some points there. So I'm hoping that they actually do me well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I've been horrible at predicting Chelsea games this year.
Wolves are a good team, and they proved it when they last played Chelsea. That a more structured team with more belief and confidence in each other and the team.
That was a shocking Chelsea period, though.
Oh, I've got a little spider on.
Yeah, it's fine. Money spider. That is a real money spider. But like I'm saying, that was a very different time for Chelsea. You'd say that Chelsea is like completely turned around from that time of season.
They seem more put together, more understanding of what roles are.
Yeah.
more of a set starting 11 now. Same sort of players starting week in, week out.
Yeah.
They just need to continue that and kind of still confirm that, I believe. They still need to have that settled. I don't think it completely is. There's so many midfielders in there with injuries and like where's players like Lavia and stuff, players like that going to fit in the team when they come back?
Mate.
It just I don't know. They get paid in it, so it's their decision.
They're paying them, and if you don't want to play them, it's up to you.
7 year contracts. You've set me up.
Mate, Chelsea might be unbelievable in 5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
We just have to wait, innit? We've got to wait.
Crazy team.
Crazy team. Yeah. But Chelsea fans are going to have to wait to see that develop because it's long.
If someone like Poch even gets the time. Because if Poch doesn't get the time, then the certain players that maybe he wanted and that fit into his system could fall to the wayside with the next manager that comes in. And then it just creates that whole...
That is Chelsea though.
It is. It definitely is.
But they've been getting away with it for years because their players have been so good.
And they do win stuff every 2 years, 3 years or something. You know what I mean? They get it done. Yeah.
Fair play to them, innit? I don't like them much as a club because I call them Chelsea, not Chelsea, because they were Chelsea B.
They're a plastic club. They're City before City. Can you imagine? It'd be funny to see what kind of rules Chelsea would break it back in them days. Jesus.
Oh mate, they were signing 9-year-olds and that, and giving their
2000s,
giving their uncle a house in here and working as a fucking stewardess and all this.
Every rule must have been bent and backwards and backhand payments. Jesus Christ, I can't imagine. But
FFP didn't exist. What a time!
It wasn't. It was a different time. So
what a time, mate.
It is what it is. Moving on, Bournemouth against Forest. Bournemouth at home, the Vitality. Good game, I think it could be. It could be back and forth, like we said before. Bournemouth are a team that, if they do lose, it's because majority of the time they're trying to win a game. They're trying to be effective in attacking areas, and they get caught out. And Forest are the type of team that can do exactly that to you.
Yes.
Soak up a bit of pressure.
Yes.
Let you make a mistake and be effective on the counter attack.
Yes, definitely.
And cause you problems.
Definitely. I like their midfielders and I like their wingers.
Yes. Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say this, but I like a United player. He misses some chances, but the fact he's got there, he's a bit Darwin Nunes like. He's there, isn't it? So he could have scored.
He's still very raw, but
I like him.
Yeah, he's definitely a great buy for me. And I look at like Hudson-Odoi as well. Similar sort of player.
Brilliant buy.
And he needs to turn it on again because I was probably looking forward to him playing for Forest because I just think, mate, 3 or 4
game time,
million.
innit? Brilliant.
3 million, I think they paid for him. That's just like you could turn that around in a season and be worth 40.
100%.
You know,
and I still wouldn't sell him.
No, but you could easily get an
brilliant player.
Easily.
Yeah.
So they've got potential in that squad for sure. Forest obviously they signed a lot of players, so you need to figure.
The worry I think with like Forest. Sorry to interrupt you. The worry I think with Forest and their fans will be if they do well this year, innit? Who's coming in to nick their players? And then next year they're going down. Do you get what I mean? It's like you have to keep that squad because that was Morgan Gibbs-White. He's actually starting to have some output now. I was watching him last season. I'm thinking, geez, you could have scored there. You could have played a pass here. But this season, I'm like, oh, you've actually got some output now. So that would be my own worry next year. I'm not worried about them this year. It's next year I'm worried about.
Yeah, I agree. But then that's kind of football at the end of the day. And
true.
Unless you think that, or your chairman thinks that he's going to be able to put loads into his pocket to push up and get to a Europa League or mid-table, like where are they at the minute, Forest?
Probably 13th, 14th. They can't be that
16th. So they're still jostling with relegation in a way.
I wouldn't put them in that battle.
No, exactly.
They're very good.
I think they will be safe for sure.
Yeah.
But that's unless you're gonna.
But they've got the points. Coming.
Exactly. It could be that.
That's the problem. I might be more scared this season then. I might be more scared. I forgot about that.
So exactly, never know how that's going to end up.
That might be a problem.
Yeah, Forest. I do like Forest, to be honest. The results Cooper was getting was obviously disappointing, and sometimes you do need a change. I still see Bournemouth just being a better team, but you know what? I'm going with a shock. I'm going to, I believe, what opposite to you. So
2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. Like I said, I think Bournemouth are a very, very, very strong team. Solanke, for me, Solanke is. I never really say this, but he's it's on your thing here. He's like he not bigger than the club, but he's a better player than Bournemouth. Do you get what I mean? Like when he switches it on, I see him at like a top 10, top 8 club because he is a good striker. And if you had him as the second striker, or if you played 4-4-2, or you played some kind of formation where there's 2 strikers, you could definitely leave him as your target man that would collect the ball. Either play it off, keep the ball, or score. I think he's got very good intelligence, like when to put his foot out, when to track back. So I think they'll have too much now. I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth.
Yeah, I like Solanke a lot. Obviously, he came from Chelsea to Liverpool. We sold him on. It didn't quite work out. But it's good to see players leaving the club and kind of
go to a smaller club.
It doesn't always happen immediately. Like for example, Brewster. I think they got sold for the same price. And you look at where Brewster's gone, so Solanke's gone.
Yeah, true.
And Brewster was I think he was top goal scorer in that
probably
under 17 World Cup. That Foden was the best player. So he was in that England group, which was
insane to think of.
That team. So you see where career paths end up going. Even when players are signed for the same money.
It's true.
So yeah, Solanke's a real good player. And like you say, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go to a bigger club, yeah.
But
Arsenal, he's a similar sort of player to Tony, I would imagine.
But a lot less to buy him, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is he younger, or are they kind of similar ages? Tony's probably a bit older, isn't
he? Yeah.
Tony looks a bit older.
He's 28 or so, Tony. Solanke maybe like
26, 25?
Yeah.
I'd have him, but not for more than 40, 50 mil.
Because that is someone that you could look at and say, he's a definite striker. You know,
yes,
he's a striker.
Yes. Hold up play, yes.
And it might not work out. He might not be as prolific as any, but he's definitely a striker.
I get what you're saying.
There's no like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I wouldn't have it like. It's a very good shout. If I would prefer to have someone, we're gonna have to spend over 100 mil on Osimhen.
That's the thing, yeah.
But if we've only got 50 mil to spend, Dominic Solanke wouldn't be a bad option, isn't it? Yeah. It's not a bad option.
I mean, it's like some of the signings that Liverpool have made over the years with signing Mane from Southampton.
Yeah.
30 million.
Yeah.
You know.
And then look at him. Unbelievable player. I still remember that goal he scored against us at the Emirates.
Yeah, I think
ran the whole way down that line, cut in, put it in the roof. Oh, what a goal. That was brilliant, man.
So sometimes you can get these little decent nicks off other Premier League clubs at the right time. They're coming to the right age of their career. Had some years where they wasn't a bit part player. Now they know who they are in it. I'm a Premier. I know he knows he's a Premier League striker. He's good enough to play in the Premier League.
True.
Now it's up to his belief to say, can he go back to a big club?
True.
He started off at one. He was a massive
wonder kid. He was supposed to be a wonder kid. Yeah.
That team that they had like Casey Palmer.
Yeah. Probably Callum Hudson-Odoi was in that team. All them.
I think Hudson-Odoi might have been. Yeah.
Tammy probably.
Tammy
all them not still there.
Could have been in that team.
Oluwaina. A mad team.
Their youth team was nuts. They just used to win everything, man. And
that Isaac Matheson as well. That other geezer.
No.
Was he a bit newer?
Is it? No.
Is it him?
Izzy.
Izzy. That's it. Yeah.
I can't remember his surname, but
I know what you're saying.
Brown. Izzy Brown.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was wicked as well for that Chelsea team.
Reece James probably in that team as well. They're all similar age, isn't it? 24,
might be a bit
25?
younger, but I think him might be a bit younger.
Okay.
But again, Chelsea, some good players that are playing week in, week out for Premier League teams.
Yeah, definitely.
So who's to say, Solanke, as I just said, started off at a big club. Who's to say he can't end his career on a high at a big club like Arsenal, for example?
I think that's a weird thing, like before we move on, I think United would have been, like obviously they wouldn't have bought him last season because he hasn't played this season yet. But next season I'm looking at Højlund, I'm thinking, geez, lad, we could have Dominic Solanke, who is an English striker, who we could push, and then they could get more shirt sales. That's what United is right now. They're a shirt sale club.
Yeah, for sure.
More United than us, I think, are going to buy it.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
But enough on Solanke. I think we went on a bit of a rant there, but you never know. These type of players kind of get overlooked sometimes, and they just like even Bowen is another one.
Yes.
Not to go into another rant, but it's a similar type of situation.
Yeah, definitely.
But next game we'll move on. This is where we should have spent the time ranting on. To be fair, Arsenal against Liverpool.
Big game
at the Emirates. We know obviously last time out we drew at Anfield. Which again could have gone either way. First half you could have battered us. Second half we could have battered you.
You beat us at home in the FA Cup though.
Yes.
That's a problem.
No, we beat you at Emirates.
Yeah. You just beat us at Emirates. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking at as a problem.
Yeah, same because that's your competition and all. Not that's not being disrespectful. It's the one.
That's the one we won the most.
If Arsenal were still in it to the semis and finals, you put your money on Arsenal a lot of the time. They don't let you down, but again, that game could have went either way. We know that. We
were watching it.
And in the end, we took both of our chances. I mean, Diaz to end the game just smashed it into the roof of that.
Yes,
no one's saving that.
No, that was a good goal.
So these things happen, man. I wouldn't look too deep into the FA Cup performance.
Nah, I haven't got for this game. It's not normally I have quite a lot to say about Arsenal Liverpool, but the only thing I'm seeing is a draw. I've gone for a Desmond. Just because I just don't see how we're going to get over the line against you. I can't see it. No Mo Salah means nothing to me.
Like last year.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. But no Mo Salah. Oh, Jesus, the bang. Yeah, true. And Saka 10 yards offside. I wouldn't mind that again.
Emirates, it's proper Larry as well now. They get
we do get loud.
The referee sometimes can sway it. Even
that's true.
Humans. The referees are still human.
Nah, man. Liverpool for me, especially the fact that Klopp has now announced that he's off. You're going to be pushing to smash everyone.
That's what I believe. I think though with that he's recently he said when it come out today or this morning, but he said that he had conversations about it in November. So you probably seen that turn up of form since November. You could argue, innit?
True.
We weren't.
True. You weren't playing that well.
Christmas, for example, and since November we've kind of. People weren't talking about us at the start of the season.
No, not at all. It was all about us.
Exactly, and City. And in that Christmas period, we quickly became.
Yeah, somehow you just leapfrogged all of us.
So the players might have been well aware of this already, and are giving that final push to someone that's not for the club.
It's true.
But hasn't always got the trophies to show for it, unfortunately.
I just can't see us beating you, man. Arsenal at home for me it's not like a dead cert anymore. And against Liverpool, your Man Cities, even United, it's not a dead cert. These clubs want to turn up for these games, innit? And I just think Liverpool they've got a bit more grit than our players in these types of games, innit? Your Diogo Jotas and that, for me, way more it's going to get involved in tackles than someone like Saka. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've already got another attacker.
Jesus is similar with Jesus. Him and Jota, they get about the pitch, they put themselves there strong.
But then that's our striker. That's your winger.
Yeah.
So your winger's dropping back to help.
Kind of playing up. That's the thing with our front three, which is kind of similar to yours in a way. It doesn't change up too much because, I've said this before, it reminds me of Salah, Mane, Firmino, with Jesus kind of drops in, doesn't score as many goals, but it creates so much space for goals for Saka Martinelli.
True.
But you don't seem to be able to rotate as much between the three as we now are.
Yeah, you can do.
Nunes, sometimes you stick him out on the left just to cause some problems because it's not working down the middle, but whatever in it. Diaz can play either side. Jota can play anywhere along the three.
That's where I say that Kloppy is way better manager than Arteta, because as a manager, how have you not trained with Saka on the left and Martinelli on the right? How have you not done this? Just to switch up in the game. You get what? You don't have to stay like that for 90 minutes, but switch it. That's what you lot are unbelievable at doing, and that's when people like Diaz drop in the pocket, and then you might see him right wing. Exactly. And then now Benny White's lost, and he comes back over and he's not tracking, and he scores.
It's confusing, and it's different with the players they're giving you when
you're
switching wings and stuff, and it just makes the defender think for that extra second, which could give you time to get past him and etc.
So you lot are definitely moulded, but you got more flexibility on the pitch than us. That's why I think.
For sure, I would say so as well.
I'm only giving us 2-2 draw because we're at home. I honestly think you're going to beat us at it, but I'm saying 2-2.
I'm kind of leaning to a 3-2.
To you lot?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. Again, we need to see how the game against Chelsea works out with this news about Klopp. Again, we've just said that I believe the players have known about this since November, so that could be the reason for the uptake in form. So it might not be any different, it might not affect them because they've known for ages, it's just we know now, you know what I mean?
I'm sure they have known for a long time.
I would have thought so.
Managers like Klopp are very personal and very approachable, and I think if he looks like someone who's tries to be honest with the media, who doesn't necessarily like.
Yeah.
So a player who plays for him,
gets in trouble for it.
that's what I'm saying. So a player who plays for me, he's going to be honest to them. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not going to. He's an open book in it. That's what he looks like. So
I agree. So
yeah, I don't know.
we might not see any change in form whatsoever because the players are already well aware of it.
Yeah.
In which case, it's a difficult one.
Go for it, man. 3-2 Liverpool. Don't be a bottle joke, man.
I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not set on it. I can see one of us winning, and potentially a dodgy decision, similar to last year.
Yeah.
Similar to last year.
Well, more than one dodgy decision in that game, mate.
Yeah. But again, you got to take your chances and stuff like that as well.
True.
I'm gonna go 3-2 us just because I can't go against. Really, I can, but I'm not going to.
Fair play. 3-2. You said. I said 2-2. Very, very close.
Midfield battle is important because the midfield battle allows the former players to win, to be able to have the chances to win the game.
That is the reason why I say that we're not going to beat you. It's either a draw or we lose because your midfield's better. We've got Deckers and that's it.
But that's the fact. I do think sometimes Declan in games has managed to deal with one or two players.
Yeah, somehow.
You know, he's managed to just get in the right position, make interceptions.
Yeah.
And even just dribble past.
Yeah.
Because if you've got two centre mid standing there, he's taking two players out of the game immediately.
Yeah, sure.
Straight in under defence. You never know.
It's very true.
So midfield battle is massively key. I'm not sure if Trent's going to play either by that time. Which I kind of have more faith in Bradley, weirdly, defensively.
Yeah.
I still think he'd get cooked.
Yeah,
because I was seeing against.
But Trent will actually leave the space and actually give you no chance to defend.
Just like jockey. You can put it through my legs if you want. You can do whatever you want.
He's Benny White, bro. It's Benny White.
Yeah.
Benny White.
Benny White has to move his legs though.
Yeah, he does.
He like blocks it.
Yeah,
he tries to. You can't go through my legs. He's just in the way.
He just stands there.
So there's interesting battles all over the pitch.
There is. That game's a good game.
Interesting battles for sure. And I think massively important in the midfield. If Kai Havertz plays, which I hope to God he does, I think it could be a long day.
Yeah, it's beyond the joke, man. I can't even.
But he's had some weird performances, and sometimes when you've looked in games, you're like, oh, we needed a bit of physicality out of Havertz. He doesn't really have much of it at all. He just looks physical.
Big for nothing.
Really,
Clown. The big 6'4" clown.
One of these 6'4" geezers that any little touch and that's it, going over.
The guy's built like half a tub of toothpaste. That's what he's built like. He's built like a clown, bro. I don't like him, man. Get out of my club, bro. Get out, man.
Got to be a tax write-off, 100%.
Yeah, Chelsea again, bro.
You've got some dodgy relationship Chelsea Arsenal over the years anyway, I think. So.
And Arteta's a blue nose anyway, so yeah.
You never know. There could be they might be taking a dodgy. Who would you like if you could let them take? Not Havertz, obviously. If you could let them take any player, and a similar sort of transfer, who would you?
What 65 mil? We get 65 mil for him.
You could still argue that he's because he got bought for like 80, so you could still his value's dropped.
Yeah.
But you could still argue that the player could potentially be worth
65 mil for El Neni any day of the week.
Any day of the week. No.
I'd give away Benny White 65 mil.
I guess.
I'd give plastic legs to him 65 mil. And Smith Rowe, 65 mil taken, bro. He does nothing.
Yeah.
Geezer comes on, looks decent, but does nothing.
I still think I like Smith.
So do I, but do something, bro. It's like Walcott at this point. Do a niche.
But it could be disheartening that you get a player like Smith Rowe that's had some injuries.
He's brilliant as well.
And it seems like Arteta hasn't kept the faith with him and gone and bought a player like Havertz, who plays in arguably Smith Rowe's position.
Yes.
I think Smith Rowe could do the job just as good as Havertz.
Yes.
For 60 million, when you've literally got an academy player for free, you paid nothing for but wages.
But he's got plastic legs, and Arteta knows this, isn't it?
Yeah,
these lot know the physios, and the physios are telling him, bro, this guy's injury prone, innit? We need some cover.
Exactly.
We can't leave ESR for the title race. No. It's not happening. Yeah. Look at Kai Havertz not been injured once.
You think if he's on good form, like it's a brilliant player to come off the bench.
He's
you know what I mean?
He's very similar to Harvey Elliott. It's good.
And Trossard, I look at some players on your bench and I think these are good players to come off the bench when things ain't.
But he's rubbish at subs.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Different conversation.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
That's the problem. He's rubbish at subs and squad selection is so questionable at times. Like playing Zinni on the left in that.
That's what he plays left back now, isn't it? That's his
left back on the bench.
That's his thing. He plays left back, comes into midfield, you know. That's just his role. But it'll be a wicked game, I think. These games are normally back and forth, and even if it's a 1-1 or a 0-0,
end to end, yeah.
there's going to be loads of chances in the game for both teams, as we saw in the FA Cup game. I mean,
Yes.
you could have been
in
3 or 4
in 10
in
minutes.
the first half.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So
madness.
you just need one of the days to go your way. Odegaard likes to hit the bar. There's loads of things in that game, innit? So, and our games are always pretty high scoring, good quality, not too good defensively. Obviously, you see our strengths when we play each other, basically. And our weaknesses, obviously, because of defence.
Yeah. That's one player that for me has to turn up in that game, Odegaard. If he doesn't turn up again,
Martinelli is just as important.
Yes, but Odegaard needs to unlock your defence, bro. He's done it. He's not done it enough times. And everyone says to me, "Oh, we got a steal. We got him from Real Madrid. Sold him for a reason, please. There's a reason that Bellingham plays for Real Madrid and not Odegaard. Do you see the output?
Well,
there's a reason.
They're just that type of club, though. I mean, they jump on the bandwagon of who the hot
players
players
at 16,
and then you know, if he works out, brilliant. If not, it doesn't really matter. We're a state-owned club, pretty much. So.
But you know, as a fan, all you want to see. Like I can give Odegaard an average rest of the season if he absolutely plays you off the park. I don't care if he absolutely moves your midfield.
You need to worry about more games than us.
No, he has to beat you lot, bro.
That's not enough. You need to worry about more games than us, man.
No, I want to beat you, man. I didn't get to do it Anfield.
I mean, I don't mind not beating you at all if it doesn't affect the season whatsoever, and us drawing to each other twice, you know, that doesn't affect either of our seasons, like, as in each of us haven't affected each other's seasons. So it's just to get like what we do against other teams.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. You're right.
I think it'll be a draw, but I'm kind of inching to a win for us, slightly. Even though you've had good wins, good performances at home. West Ham was put it to one side. You beat City at home. Beat United at home. From what looks like it could have been a defeat at one point. So I'm not surprised by
our games
3-2 at all.
Nah, not at all. But our games are a lot more exciting than games against City. I was at the game against City, and it was
nowadays.
dead.
Everyone puts it up to like some
masterclass.
Yeah,
it was dead. It was worse. It was
by the time the game starts, everyone's kind of nervous and like they don't really want to too much of make a mistake.
We go at each other, which is why I like our games.
Yeah.
And you can tell the managers are passionate, the fans are on top of each. It's really good.
Is Klopp gonna do the opposite?
Might as well get on to our set. The last time you're going to see him, like, might as well call him a cunt, innit? Why not?
Yeah, might as well. But yeah, I'm going with 3-2 in the end. You're saying 2-2.
Yeah, mate.
I can see it easily being 3-2 Arsenal, honestly. I'm not.
We can hope, innit? I can hope.
Not surprised.
I can hope.
You pulled out them type of fixtures and last minutes. We both have this season. Mm-hmm. Last minute wins. The last 10 minutes as well is massive. So we'll see what the score is at that time.
Yeah.
And everything could change in that last 10 minutes.
Very true.
But yeah, that's probably a whole video in itself. On
Liverpool. Yeah, mate.
But we'll move on to the last game of Gameweek 23. Brentford at home against Manchester City.
Again, City for me, there is not one club in this league that I think are going to beat them now. I don't think you're going to do it. I don't think we're going to do it. The only reason I say you're going to do it now is because it's Kloppy's last season. But we ain't beating them at the Etihad. City are not losing to United. They're not losing to Chelsea.
I don't think so.
And then everyone else below that is worse than all their clubs. So City are now just going to go on a run. And I'll be very surprised if they even draw a game. I'll be surprised because that is KDB back now, Rodri and Haaland.
Oh,
it's a joke, man.
They were saying, KDB, brilliant to be back, and it was almost like people just forgot that Haaland played for City. Like for 3 months, it was like, wait, oh yeah, they've got Haaland as well. The geezer that scored 50 goals in all comps last season.
Formidable. That is this is the strongest spine of a club I have seen in my life.
Yeah, you're real.
Forget United, forget Liverpool, forget Arsenal. That spine, Ederson, Diaz, Rodri, KDB and Haaland, that is disgusting. Yeah. That's like an ultimate team. That's disgusting.
The five-a-side team, that's
five-a-side
team to beat.
Oh, mate.
You can put them up against the technical players as well because they're just...
And we're not even mentioning Philly Foden.
Yeah, no.
We're not even mentioning these players, Ronaldo Silva. We're not mentioning him.
Alvarez.
He gets more goals than Saka and Martinelli combined.
Playing centre midfield, Akanji playing centre midfield.
Ake.
That hasn't always worked out, but you know, there's still he's like...
As much as I don't like him,
Yeah, Carl Walker, but yeah. He's been there, he's
But yeah, sorry to go on another tangent. 2-0 City.
Yeah.
2-0 City, man. I don't even think Brentford are going to score at home.
I'm going for another famous Brentford
Oh, here we
City.
go.
I'm going 2-1 against the Breeze. Ivan Toney, do it again for me, please, son. Bro. Please come back.
Didn't he score the 1-0 with them before against them?
There was I thought it was that 3-2. There was a weird game they had with Brentford at Etihad. They lost. There was a weird game they had.
I only remember Brentford beating them 1-0 and then losing 2-1. I'm sure at the Etihad. I thought they beat them at home, Brentford. No, they beat them at the Etihad. Yeah, they beat them at the Etihad before the FA Cup break.
I'm trying to see.
I think it was 1-0 to Brentford or 2-1.
Oh wait, what's this? Oh, sorry.
No, I couldn't. Ivan Toney for me, he's got to turn up in it, but I just.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do against Diaz?
What's he
gonna do? What's he gonna do against Ake?
Oh, it was 2-1. Sorry.
2-1 to Brentford.
They beat them home and away last year.
Yeah, but decent. That's what I'm saying.
Come on, the Bees, man. I believe.
They were on a mad run last year.
I believe in the Bees.
You're saying 2-1 to Brentford.
2-1 Brentford.
Mate, to be fair,
I need a little blip. I need a little something from City just to. Yeah, you've got KDB back. Yeah, you've got Haaland back. These things sometimes having all the particular parts fitting together. Some days it just doesn't work.
I get what you're saying.
Some days are just off.
I get what you're saying.
He's not superhuman as much as he looks like it a lot of the time.
He's not. But clubs have to. Clubs have to look in the week before City, yeah, and then they go right. 2 players go on Kevin De Bruyne. All right, cool. Who's gonna mark Haaland? Who knows? Who's gonna mark Foden? Who knows? Who's marking Bernardo Silva? Who knows?
It's lost 3 games already this season.
Man, this is without KDB.
Yeah, well.
KDB's there.
Yeah.
And without Rodri.
This is a complete, just a complete hopeful.
Yeah. You don't have to hope now because you want to win the league.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we just keep winning, we win the league.
Yeah.
That's not likely to happen. You know, you're going to have bumps along the way, and we've already drawn 6 games, which is problematic, as we've always said.
Yeah.
If your draws counter keeps going up, rather lose games than win, rather than draw, man, because they just kill you. They just kill the points tally. Honestly,
true.
City themselves though got like 4 draws, 3 losses.
Surprising, yeah.
We've got 6 draws, 1 loss, and we're 5 points away. Let's say they win their game in hand, only 2 points.
I just can't. I respect you for going for Brentford. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
No.
It's gonna get blown out of the water.
I bet nobody could have seen it last season as well, twice.
That's true.
Home and away.
That's true. It's very true.
Come on, Ivan, man. Big performance. That's what I need.
Hopefully.
Just a penalty, 1-0. Beautiful, that would be 1-0. Don't even let City score. When does that happen?
Exactly. How's that going to
When does that happen? You know what I'm saying?
No chance, bro. Pep will bring himself off the... Yeah, 1-0 at home.
That was it, maybe. That's probably
and deflected, dodgy goal as well. And they had a few chances they didn't put away. Like, Haaland was actually a bit dodgy that game.
Yeah.
Gabriel Saliba did well to deal with him, but he still could have scored a couple. It was a bit dodgy.
Oh, against City, against Villa. So, Villa have stopped them scoring this season, and so have yourselves.
Again, the reason
Brentford's
why...
the next team. We're going to get a third team 1-0. God, what did I say? I said 2-1. But anyway, whatever the score is, if it's in Brentford's favour or even if it's a draw, I'm buzzing.
Yeah, 100%.
We need all the help that we can get from other teams.
Definitely.
City are a joke at these times.
I do want you lot to win the league more than City though. I'm being very honest with that. City is just like Chelsea, a plastic club.
Yeah.
No matter how many more they win, I'm not going to care.
It's true.
I don't even care about Italy. Man United and Liverpool for me, biggest clubs in English football. Innit? I don't care about City. The only thing that they've done, which is brilliant, is won Champions League. Innit? Fair play to them.
Yeah.
But Premier League.
You spend enough money, you have enough digs at it.
And you bring that manager in.
Yeah.
Fair play, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Has he won it? Did he win it with Bayern?
He probably won it with Bayern, probably won it at Barca, probably won it everywhere, mate.
Barca for sure.
Yeah, he definitely won it at Bayern.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, that's the way I see it. I mean, obviously, City should blow this team out of the water. They should blow every team out of the water. But Premier League's weird. Brentford beat them twice last season. True. I'm just hoping for another positive result, and that could be a draw. It could be anything. Anything that means City ain't winning.
I hope, mate. I hope. Slim chance, but I hope as well.
Yes. But that sums it up.
That's it, mate.
That's everything for the game week. Thank you again for watching, for tuning in from wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. And have a good week.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day and see you all again soon.